Makeup time. So I am going to my cousin's birthday party and it's at a brewery. So obviously no, I'm gonna show up and show out. So I'm gonna go in with my P. Louise cosmetic base in Rumor 4 for my eyelids. We are also going to be talking about Little House on the Prairie. I'm on like the 4th episode, I think. But obviously we left off at the first episode. So the first thing we were at where Caroline, the mom, comes and saves Laura from the wolves. But like immediately upon seeing the wolf pack, I was like, Jacob Black from Twilight, is that you? But yeah, that's what I thought. And she really came in clutch to save Laura because I know I'm like multiple episodes past that, but I don't think anyone, like Laura didn't tell anybody that she was going out into the woods. So like for the mom to come with the gun and be like, go, like not my daughter. I was like, that was clutch as hell. And then Charles comes back in the morning. He's like, and obviously because Laura almost got eaten by wolves, she's not happy. And she's like, let's have breakfast. She said, make your own breakfast. And I was like, yeah, because he literally gave no word that he was going to camp out. And so obviously like they're in the middle of nowhere with like zero protection and he's gonna go gallivanting to do something else and then not even come back the same night so they know he's alive. I was pissed at him too. He was all chipper too, and I'm like, take your chipperness and go somewhere else with it. I'm always dropping my phone. So now I'm gonna go in with the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 3 palette. I'm gonna start with this shade. I'm not doing anything super glam because it is like a daytime party and honestly I don't have that much time. So I'm gonna just put that all over my eyelids. But yeah, Laura, Mary, and Caroline were helping Charles like build the house and like pick up the logs and things like that. And honestly, I'm not built for that. Like, I was thinking I would not survive. Like, I need Wi-Fi, clean water, like a warm house. Like, I cannot be in charge of lifting heavy things and washing my own clothes. I wouldn't survive back in the day. I know that for a fact. So the big tree branch situation fell on Caroline's foot, so they had to call for Dr. Tan, and now we know that Caroline is pregnant. And I'm like, is this what we needed? The house isn't built. The girls are just settling in. Like, I don't know how old Mary is, maybe like 14, and Laura's got to be like 12 or something. I'm like, is this the time to have a baby? Like, talk about inconvenient. And then also she's like, maybe this is where your son will be born. Get the fuck out. Why do you guys always want sons? Like, Laura's the backbone of that family. You just watch through the show. Kindest, most compassionate, youngest sibling energy. I love her so much. I think she's my favorite character. Now I'm going to go in with this one. But Laura's like, let me come help you. Let me go with you. Oh yeah, and I'm keeping this towards the outer edge. Like, you know, she's always willing to step up to the plate. And it's like, they still want a son so badly. Also, I don't even think they're going to have a son. Because I think when I looked up the kids' names, they were just all girl names. So, but they are so like, it's a boy, it's a boy. But it was really cute when Mary found out. She was like, it's a girl. And he was like, you don't think we're in need for a boy? She said, mm-mm. And then Laura was clearly not happy. And I'm like, yep, that's really younger sister of her. Because, like, I love my younger cousins and I love being an older sister to them. But I could not have a full sibling that's younger than me. I would absolutely lose my mind. I would be like, I'm like meant for the youngest sister life. I know that. And if my mom or my dad had another kid, I I'd go bananas. I'm just not who I am. Now I'm gonna go back in with the lighter shade. And just smoothing it out a little bit. So, let's. Okay, and so we. Okay. I was thinking, like, obviously, Charles, ideal man. Do you know what I mean? Like, he loves his daughters, he's such a good provider, and not only that, when he's not able to, like, do something or he messes up, he's so quick to take accountability and take, like, ownership for his like mistakes, which is accountability. And I'm like, they just don't make them like that anymore. Like, Caroline is a good wife, you know what I mean? And especially the part where they're talking about when they first met, and he was like, maybe you made a mistake coming with me, and she's like, maybe this is where our life gets better, maybe this is where your son is born, you know what I mean? So she's a really good wife to him for sure, but it's because he's a really good husband. So sorry. So I was like, ideal couple. I like them. But Mr. Edwards, we saw him. He was low key giving on drugs, but now I think it's because of his alcoholism. And then Charles comes back from, I think, seeing Mr. Edwards, and Laura is sitting there. And he's like, were you waiting for me? And it's so cute because he always gets his hopes up that his girls are going to be there to check on him. And she's like, I miss Jack. And I thought that was so funny because they're never worried about him. They're like, Dad can handle it. Jack, on the other hand, cannot. Okay, so I've added eyeliner, Rare Beauty, to my eyes. It's not perfect, but that's because I still have to go in with mascara, and then I'm going to go in with eyeshadow and fix it up a little bit. But let's see, where were we? I thought Laura was crying because she found out there was going to be another baby, because I know that's what I would be crying about. But no, she was just missing Jack. And Caroline was like, Jack's not coming back. She told Laura that. I'm like, why would you tell your kid that? Like, I know you don't want to give her false hope, but like, don't be a bitch. As you can see, like, I don't love Caroline. She kind of annoys me. But then Jack comes and he's like, hope is all we have. So let there be hope that Jack is still out there. And I was like, king behavior. Even though I find Caroline annoying, I do think she's still a great wife. But that's also just because that's because Charles is just such a wonderful husband. Not me giving the dog the husband's name. No, not me giving the husband the dog's name. Oh, I'm going in with the Fenty Hella Thick mascara. I feel like the emphasis that Caroline puts on having a son really upsets me, because I'm like, why are you complaining about your girls? Like, they're amazing. I'm like, girl, just be quiet. But Laura and Mary had a really cute moment about, I can't remember, but we find Jack, which was amazing. I think Mr. Freaky Edwards brings him back, but when Mr. Edwards showed up and Laura was right there and Charles came running, he's like, Laura, go back into the house. I was like, he protect and he attack, and I respect that. But now Mr. Edwards is normal. So they're building the house together, which is really cute. They will like build the house together, and at the end, like, Charles will play the fiddle and the girls will dance. And I'm like, are you not tired? If I like was spending my time building a house, I would like need a nap. You know what I mean? All right, now I'm gonna go in with the Stage Proof eyeliner, Kimchi brand. I think that's the brand. I'm gonna just put it on my bottom waterline. Okay. Now we're gonna go in with some more mascara. All right, so Mr. Edwards and Charles were talking about how the land technically belongs to the Osage people, which then Charles, I think, was talking to Mr. Edwards and was like, oh, so we can't take this land. And he was like, when did I ever say that? And I'm like, I don't like that this is like you making your home involves displacing other people from their home. So that was sucky. Because they're like really hell-bent on finding a forever, right? And I'm like, maybe we should find a forever that doesn't involve taking someone else's home. And I feel like Charles is kind of like, oh shit, this is the Osage people's homes, so I actually don't want to take it. Like, I feel like he might have like a good conscience about this, but I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Now, this is when we're on episode 2, and now because I have to fix the eyeliner, I'm gonna just go in with the eyeshadow brush and just kind of like try to soften it up a bit, I guess. Yeah, so what's it called? The white hat that the girls wear, Laura and Mary, to sleep, is that like a bonnet? Because that's what it looks like, but it's not like a bonnet that a lot of people wear today, because those are like satin or silk, and that was like, I don't know, cotton or something. Alright, I'm gonna touch up my eyeliner, and you guys cannot watch me for this part. I went in with some of my P. Louise Cut Carver, because there's like a bump with the eyeliner, and it looks like a little hill, so I needed to fix that. And it wasn't gonna work with just putting eyeshadow on it. So now I'm gonna go in with some more eyeshadow and just fix it all up. Alright, so who is George? Because Charles is calling out for him. As I know, like, I'm assuming that's his brother, so. But then Mr. Edwards is singing a song or playing a song, and what's it called? Laura was like, oh my god, my Uncle George used to play that. So they know who he is, which, okay, I didn't know if they were gonna know, because I know, like, Caroline and Charles are talking at one point, and she's like, you can't save everybody because you can't save George. And I was like, okay, that's a little rude. I don't know, I guess she has to keep it straight with them, right? All right, so that's it for the eyes in this moment. We just have to have a little faith, trust, and pixie dust. Now I'm gonna go in with my Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser from Maybelline. I don't know, this displacement thing, because the way that like Charles has, I don't know if he like relates or like maybe he was displaced too, but I don't know, he like has a soft spot for the Osage people, and a lot of the Westerners didn't. They were like, the government can take it, and then I'll live here, and then things like that. So I don't know. I thought he was Native American, but he doesn't look it at all. So, but there was something that happened in Kansas, like a massacre. So maybe we'll talk about that. Now I'm gonna go in with my Precisely Brow Pencil by Benefit. Just brush it to one side, and then brush it to the other. and then fill in the gaps. And they keep emphasizing that this baby's a boy. I'm like, do we know that for sure though? But I guess if they're thinking like if we say it enough, it'll happen. Which I'm like, y'all are fake as hell for that. Okay, before I meant to wipe my eyebrows off because there might be some like primer in it, and that never works. So now that both brows are filled in, we're gonna go in with the L'Oreal 24 brow lamination. We're gonna go the opposite end. Make sure we get the gel everywhere. Okay, and then let's see what else is going on in the episode. Oh yeah, they just told the girls about the baby. Okay, why did I think they told the girls earlier? I don't know. I'm confusion. So now Mr. Edwards is going to help with the house, and he brought gifts, some flowers, some candy, and coffee, I think. So he seems normal. It's my dog. I don't know. I had a hard time telling whether or not Mr. Edwards was shady, because why are his hands shaking? Like, is that because of the alcohol? I don't know. Also, this is not like always in order. I'm just kind of doing, like, I make notes while I watch, but I don't remember like the exact order of what happens in the episode, so sometimes I just be yapping. Okay. All right. I just wanted to fill in a little gap there and then just clean that up a bit. Okay. Now, since I've already done primer, I am ready for foundation. Alright guys, I do actually have to speed up this makeup routine, so we are just going to continue and I will just talk about whatever I remember. So, after Laura found out that they were having a baby, she was like, oh my god, I'm gonna share my ribbons with her. You don't even know this girl. And what's it called? And I feel like since they're so adamant about wanting a boy, Laura probably like doesn't feel good enough, and I felt so bad. Because she's like, you know what I mean? Like, she helps Charles out so much. And she's always there to lend a hand. And she's like, well, are we not good enough? Which, honestly, I felt for her. Okay, now I'm going to take my MAC 190 and then paint my face. And then, yes, Mr. Edwards has the shakies. And so I understand why Caroline said what she said, like, because her dad died because of someone's drunk mistake. But, like, you guys are they in Kansas or did they leave Kansas? I don't know. But you guys are all alone in a country. You don't really know anybody. Your husband doesn't have anybody to help him with the house. Like, your foot is broken. Like, what was the point of telling Mr. Edwards off? Like, I understand why she did it, because she does have to keep her family safe. But I also think, to like a degree, like, I think Charles knew. And they talk about that Charles did know, right? And like I'm saying, I totally get why Caroline did it, but I'm also like, you can't help Charles with the house. Neither can the girls. So he needs somebody. And like, I felt like they were cute. They were like beginning to be a family. And because Edwards doesn't have a family anymore. Like, I don't know what happened to them. I'm assuming they died, but we don't know how. So that made me, like, sad for him. Because, like, they don't come back. He doesn't come back, right? Oh, I'm buffing my foundation in with the MAC 170S. And then when they go and look for Mr. Edwards, and it's so cute that Laura remembers that when she was talking to Mr. Edwards, he's like, if I ever go like missing or whatever, I'm gonna go explore the Osage Trail. And it's really cute that she remembers, because then her and Mary go through the Osage Trail, and obviously they get lost, and Mary's like, you have no idea where we're going. And Laura's like, maybe a real sister wouldn't have gotten you lost and hungry. And Mary was like, maybe my real sister wouldn't have been brave enough. I was like, okay, cute sister moment. You're just like, why are you putting foundation on your lips? Because I think sometimes it helps the lipstick stay longer. But Laura is just such like a kind and compassionate girl that like, and she's so brave. It's really, she's like, I feel like she takes after Charles. Definitely not Caroline. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my Makeup by Mario medium dark contour stick. And then the creepy trio in the woods, with the two women and then the man was giving like freak 3000. I'm like, girl. And like, they both, Mary and Laura, knew better, but they were still going. Like, why was Mary gonna go sit with one of the ladies? And then obviously Laura had the good sense to be like, we have to get back to our paw. And then the lady got mad. She's like, your paw. And luckily, like, it was lucky that Mr. Edwards came and saved the day, because it was giving, because I don't know what they would have done, because the guy looked creepy. They all looked creepy, you know what I mean? But I mean, he could have obviously like raped them or something. I mean, who's to say the women wouldn't either? So it was like so creepy. And I'm like, you guys know better, so why are you being like super friendly? And then anytime, like, these people were actual weirdos, but anytime Mary sees like any of the Native Americans, mind you, none of the Native Americans have done anything to her, but she always gets so freaked out. I'm like, so you're gonna trust these creepers who were gonna do God knows what to you, as opposed to these Native Americans who are minding their own business, and like, you're actually on their land. Make it make sense, girl. That's why, like, Mary is just such her mother's daughter. And I don't mean to make it sound like a bad thing, but like, they could do with like a little bit more understanding and compassion and bravery. Now I'm going in with my Makeup by Mario Raspberry Blush Stick, and I'm so excited because it's my first time using it. It's like this gorgeous color. And you guys know I'm still recovering from my blush blindness, so I have to be mindful. I was actually talking to my cousin. She was like, you can actually start putting a little bit more blush on. You know, the one that roasted me and saying I look like a baboon. She's like, you could actually put more on. I'll allow it. I'm like, you'll allow it. You will allow it. I raised you. No, I mean, I really didn't. We were both kids growing up together, but I was like, I taught you what you knew about makeup. Allow it. Anyways, I love this shade, and this is my first time using it, and I had a feeling I would like it because I love the contour stick. Almost. Laura was heartbroken that Mr. Edwards left because he was like, I'm no good for anybody. She was like, you were my friend. And he's like, I'm no good to anybody as their friend. She was like, she was so heartbroken. I felt so bad for her. Like, she really took that personally. And then Mr. Edwards, it was sweet that he said, I know you think they would love a son more, your dad would love a son more than you, but he won't. I wouldn't trade my girls for anything, which now that they're dead, I think you can say that. But she's not feeling that. Even though I think it's probably accurate. I don't think they'll love the son more. But, like, you never know. Now I'm going to go with my Armani concealer and put it under my eyes. Yeah. So I really felt for her. And now we have the M132 concealer brush. Okay, we can't talk about the Prairie anymore because I'm on a time crunch. So, buff in the concealer. She was the one who told me my mom was the one who told me to make a video. And now I'm making it. She's like, you're not even almost ready. I'm like, girl, I'm going as fast as I can. Like, I do a full glam. That's what they don't understand. Okay. Powder time. I'm going to take a bigger puffer and just puff this in my face. I like to use a smaller puff to apply the powder, just because like powder is kind of like messy, it gets everywhere. But when I'm like tapping it in, I think using a bigger one is probably your best bet to get it done faster. Now I'm going to take the Benefit Hoola Medium Deep with the contour stick from BK Beauty 109 and then just add a little warmth back into my face. Now I'm going in with the MAC Ruby Woo blush. It's this gorgeous color. This is most my first time using this blush, so I'm loving it. Okay, and let's go in with some setting spray. Okay, and because it is like a hotter day today, I'm gonna do some more powder. I hadn't initially planned on that, but just thinking it might help blend the look together. But before, I want to put the lipstick on. So this is the MAC Ruby Woo. And I'm wearing a red dress, so. Okay, powder time. Okay, now some more setting spray. It's the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush one, same as last time. Where's my lipstick? And then I'm gonna go in with the One Size on Dusk Till Dawn. All right, thanks for getting ready with me. I'll see you in the next one.